right, so this week we decided to watch Wendell and Wild, which is not a Netflix original. It was distributed by Netflix, released on Netflix, directed by Henry Selick, starring Jordan Peele, Keegan Michael Key, Lyric Ross, and we've got a quick little synopsis for you. So, two devious demon brothers, Wendell and Wild, have to face their arch enemy with the help of the nun sister Helly, who is notorious for expelling demons. However, the brothers are not only plagued by her, but also by her altar boys. That is. Where do you want to start?
That is
Non
what
spoiler.
happens.
Quick little sentences y'all want to get out of the way.
I don't know how to. I love stop motion, so seeing this and like the stop motion was like done in a really fresh style too. Like it's not like blatantly like ripping off like some other like artistic style that we've seen before. Like it's definitely very original, and I'm very appreciative of it.
It feels like a new modern take on stop motion, and like obviously like since the animation is and technology is much better nowadays, it really helps. It helps the animation and stop motion combination, and then also the visuals are really really good. That's all I can really
Anthony's
tell
gonna
you.
say he absolutely hated the way that it looked.
I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of this kind of animation.
Stop motion,
It's not my thing.
claymation.
Yeah.
I don't think I can be friends with you anymore because that means you don't like Wallace and Gromit, and everybody loves Wallace and Gromit.
You know, I do like Rudolph, the original.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You Christmas loving ass.
How
Before
old is that
recording,
movie?
Noah only listens to Mariah Carey.
You only
What?
Mariah Carey?
What are you talking about, bro?
Anthony only listens to the Mariah Carey Christmas song.
Oh no,
Starting November 1st all the
I'm
way through
I'm a Michael
January
Bublé
18th.
person.
I'm a Frank Sinatra kind of guy.
Yes, Michael
I'm
Bublé.
more of a just not listening to
Sinatra.
it type of dude.
Oh,
No, not on November 1st.
that goes hard. I
It
listen
goes
to
hard
them
Um,
throughout the year.
after Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, yes, that's when you start doing it and put up all your decorations and Christmas tree and whatnot.
It's
But
okay to be wrong sometimes.
I think I think you're getting a good mix of that little Coraline charm that we got back when it released, and I think you're gonna enjoy the voice acting performances. And like I already said, the visuals are stunning. I like the stylistic choices they had. The only thing I would say that's like I didn't like about the movie is just how there was kind of a lack of central focus. There was a lot of subplots
Yeah.
that some of them were even wrapped up pretty quickly, and
I,
that's really about it though.
I feel like it had a
So
lot of stuff going on that took away from the main theme to the point where once they like refocused back to the main plot, you were kind of like, oh yeah, this shit was happening, huh?
yeah, and it wasn't as satisfying. But if you enjoyed Coraline or any like Tim Burton-esque movies, you'll like this movie. You'll like this movie.
I wouldn't relate this so much to Coraline. It was I wouldn't. I don't think it follows the same tropes really.
Well, not Charles, but I'm saying if you're a fan of movies like that, like because this one was also pretty dark,
Yeah, that is true.
and it's made by the same director. So
It's not made by. Did they also do Coraline?
yeah, he did Coraline. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's a stop motion genius,
oh,
storytelling genius.
and he did The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. You got anything to add, Anthony?
No,
Before we're done with
not
the
really.
non-spoiler, more spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would recommend this movie.
I would as well.
I wouldn't not recommend it, but I wouldn't recommend it either.
Bruh. Anthony, I think you're just like, if you want to watch it, just watch it, bro.
To be honest, I feel
You
like not
muted
as many
yourself
people.
somehow, Ant.
I feel like not as many people are talking about it as it should be.
I agree. I thought it was pretty good. But anyways, let's dive into what we hated about it in the spoilers.
Yep. Get out of here, guys, if you haven't seen it or if you want to see it.
My favorite part was when they decapitated that 10-year-old girl.
Holy shit, dude! That's so bad. That's the worst one you've done.
Come on, it's Halloween. I can say it, guys.
Raul, it's not Halloween anymore.
Es Dia
Dumb.
de los Muertos.
We're just kind of
I can
wrapping up.
say it, guys.
I can say it. Day of the Dead. I can say it. No, but I guess we'll start with cons. Where do we think this movie fell short? Anthony, I want to start with you because you didn't like it.
I didn't say that.
You said you weren't as big of a fan of it.
I didn't say that either. I said I don't like the animation style.
And that
But
was
then
your
you
whole
also
reason for saying
you
that
also
you
were
wouldn't
neutral
recommend
about
it.
recommending it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't like it. No, I'm just kidding.
Motherfucker.
What? You go through the whole spiel. Starting with you though.
I just feel like the story was just like so straightforward to me. There was like nothing really deep about the story, and I just feel like it didn't capture my interest. Like it didn't like hold me to the screen. Like I wanted to
Anthony,
get up.
it's not that deep, bro.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. It didn't capture my interest. The story, at least.
What about the story though? Where there's a certain like storyline you didn't like, or
It was just so like I feel like it's just too straightforward. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like there was nothing. It was plain. It was bland. I think like there was nothing interesting.
You didn't
Despite
think
I just
the
I just think
implication of demons and having to be their slaves was interesting.
I don't know.
see. I think the first plot with the demons, obviously, like, kind of the main plot, is the most interesting. I feel like anything else is really just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
And then it jumps all over the place with that, and I'm just like, yeah.
All right. So
I guess.
my issue. Okay. No, go.
But
You're finishing your thought.
I was gonna say pro. So
Okay. Um. What I felt was like the biggest flaw with this movie is it didn't make me feel connected to the main character. Like there was just this really big disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, oh, she killed her parents. Now you have to feel bad for her,
yeah.
without ever showing like really what she was going through that made her like that. I think if they would have made it just a little bit longer and showed a little bit more of her getting into trouble and dealing with the repercussions of it, rather than just jumping right into the present day, it would have helped us feel a little more attached to the main character, and it would have made everything else in the movie feel more connected. Because really, throughout the first half of the movie, it was like this girl's just a bitch.
It didn't even make a. To me, at least at the beginning, it felt like there was like three protagonists because it would focus on the girl and then it would go back to Wendell and Wild until their paths met. But even then, I wouldn't necessarily call them antagonists. So it's like, they're kind of just as important as her.
Yeah.
In the end,
Which it's hard to balance. It's hard to balance that.
there was really no villain either, and I feel like that's what kind of got me.
It's not necessarily there has to be a villain either. It's just there has to be some sort of evil force or
Okay.
something that will move the needle for the plot. Which they did, but that was also kind of a subplot. I feel like that wasn't even the most important thing.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it wrapped up really quickly. Also, did anyone find it weird that like the Claxtons didn't even like question the demons? They were like, "We're gonna bring these guys back from the dead so they can vote for you," and they're like, "Okay, cool."
They're
Yeah.
demons.
I was like, "What, bro?" All
I
right,
feel like nobody in the whole movie questioned it though. Like even the
I guess
parents
that's
came back
fair.
to life, and and it was like,
They're just like,
"Oh,
okay,
you made a deal with demons? Yeah, it makes sense."
I mean, I guess that's fair with demon hunters, or what are they? What are they called? Hell maidens.
Hell
yeah,
maidens.
Which that's an interesting concept. See, like the demon world stuff with that is interesting. Everything else to me wasn't as interesting.
yeah. I feel like if they would have dived a little bit deeper into some of their, like if they would have taken the focus off of some like random little things and instead spent that runtime on her backstory and maybe going a little bit more into like the Hell Maiden stuff and lore behind there, it would have probably made it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
And then because like even the ending with Wendell and Wild and their like dad, he
Buffalo.
like came up for 5 minutes
Yeah,
and then was like, "Oh, okay, I'll leave."
He
yeah.
came
Oh,
up,
I
was
can have my
mad.
What was the
children.
point of that? Like he really he like they could have taken that out. He really didn't have a reason to be there.
He showed up, monologued about missing his kids, got his kids back, and like, all right, see you guys.
Yeah, literally.
Well, his reason was like how important parenting is, or something like that.
But I don't know.
In a
I don't,
movie where there's an orphan.
yeah.
Yeah,
how, how the fuck are you gonna shove a parenting trope in there when it's a movie about a bitch with no parents?
I mean, she has her parents, kind of.
Not after the
well,
movie.
I guess in a way you got to think if her parents were there her whole life and didn't like freaking die, they would their influence would be like improve her life.
So what's the story? Don't die on your fucking kid. Like,
And then
hey,
it's because it's like in the end, it kind of showed like, oh, she's strong now. Like she's like a hell maiden. She can kind of like take care of herself.
I feel like they
So it's
just
like,
were
what
like,
was the point of bringing her parents back? So she's basically proving to herself that she didn't need her parents.
Yeah, that's basically what she did.
then the final trope was about being there for your kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
And
feel like this
then
movie just couldn't figure out a central theme. They're like, we should do something about like an orphan girl. We'll talk about parents for a little bit. We'll throw in some demons because it's Halloween time, and we'll call it good.
Yeah.
which they should just focus on that though, because that storyline was good. That's what I'm saying.
It
Yeah,
was.
it was.
And then I kind of just tuned out a little bit whenever they were like with the whole prison thing, and they're like, "Oh, okay. Like, why should I care about them building a prison? Like, I get the whole like why it's so bad for that town and how the town will be destroyed, but
But
like I just
it
don't
wasn't
don't
about
really
the
care about the
town.
town that much."
Yeah.
See, and my thing was, I get they were trying to make an animation movie. Is obviously supposed to be more kid friendly, but
Mhm.
you can make a good children's movie without making it watered down and dumb.
I,
Yes, I agree.
And that's basically what this was. It was like the Nightmare Before Christmas, but you take away all the interest parts that make it interesting, and you just get the main storyline.
yeah.
I agree. But that's all I have for the negatives, at least,
As do
unless y'all
I.
have anything else.
That's all I have.
All right, positives. Who wants to start?
This music had me bouncing. The soundtrack was lit. I don't care what you
Had
say. The
you
soundtrack was fucking awesome.
funky vibing, chunky dunking, a little bit all over the place, bouncing on the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Just throwing it back to myself in my room.
You know,
Never mind. Oh, okay.
I
I have a
actually
question. I have a question of what y'all thought. Did you think the voice acting across all characters was consistent?
no.
I didn't think so either. I was gonna say that in the cons, but I don't know.
I think you got the good. There, you can tell where the tears are at.
Yeah,
You got like Key and Peele and Lyric Ross, which are the protagonists, so this should be pretty good voice acting. Those are pretty solid.
right.
And then you kind of got
As you went,
Middle ground. I thought like the priest was good,
Bruce was funny.
and then
Chris was good.
yeah, I thought the priest was good and he was funny, and the priest, and then like the sister, and then I think the bottom was like everyone else. Oh no, Raul was pretty solid.
Raul only had like 4 lines of dialogue.
Also fair, yes. But then you got everyone else.
Yeah.
There's layers to this thing.
Yeah, I think the parents probably had some of the worst voice acting.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say it was like bad. It's just compared to everyone else, like
It's just like
it was
Key and
okay.
Peele make everyone look like chumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
And the main character, the girl, hers is really good. The rest look like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I will say the comedic timing in this movie is pretty funny
it was funny as fuck. It
It
did
for
bring
a
some
darker
chuckles.
I mean, that is.
for a darker movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was
They knew when to
fucking
do it.
laughing when he was like, "It makes your belly tingle." Wait for the best part. Wait for it.
I kind of expected it, though, with Key and Peele.
Yeah, a little bit. You gotta expect some type of comedic relief.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when they're kidnapping the parents and they're like, "You're like 3 foot tall, bro."
They
gonna, like, kick you
stuck their
over.
legs out. And they're like, "We're demons," and
And our 3-year-old daughter was more menacing than you.
Yeah.
they were
Got
getting
on 'em.
dunked on at the end.
I really liked the demons characters too. Just like I feel like they were really developed, and like I said, they were funny too. And the voice acting, I think, just everything kind of combined.
They were legit Key and Peele.
Yeah, I was about to say they were just like they just have
Straight
that
up.
chemistry that
Yeah.
they have built in like permanently. Like there will never
Yeah.
be a movie where they're both in it as co-stars that won't be funny just because their
Because they're them.
chemistry and comedic timing is just unmatched.
Yeah.
Last thing I gotta say is just like the second half of the movie shines more than the first, in my opinion.
I think the opening sequence was really good,
Oh yeah, for sure that was. But after that, it was just a
but
lot
then
of
the middle was kind of like it got kind of lost in the sauce for a sec.
I feel like some scenes
I
dragged
thought-
out a little bit.
I would say the second half was better. Like if we exclude like the ending, kind of.
Yeah, I was about to say that last scene.
What is
probably
up
not,
with the
but-
movies we've been watching lately and just falling apart at the end? I swear
I
to
wouldn't
God,
even
like the
say it
last like
fell
4 to 5,
apart.
like the last 4 to 5 movies have had the ending be one of the worst parts of the movie.
Not the last one. What did we watch? Black Adam. That was a good ending.
Black Adam.
Well, the CGI fell apart at the end.
Fair,
But,
but other than that, solid
say.
ending.
yeah, I'm pretty. The CGI was pretty good in this movie.
Leave it to Netflix to take a W, but like no one's talking about this movie.
Yeah.
I would consider it a middle of the pack W. Honestly, it's like good, but it's not great.
Yeah. But it's also like it is streamed. Like it wasn't even set for theatrical release. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's gonna be like top tier.
Yeah, like you
It
tell
was
me,
good for what it was.
Jordan Peele is going to be a producer on a movie that he also stars in alongside Keegan, and you just think it's going to be a lot better than it is, given that Jordan Peele
Yeah.
only makes bangers.
That is fair.
I mean they also wrote Keanu.
That's fair, I guess.
But that's all I got. You got anything else before we close out?
No,
I feel like this movie is kind of straightforward.
yeah,
So I've been saying.
All right. Well, if we are ready, let's get into the ratings.
I give it a 6.
The ratings. I just love how he said it so dang fast. Yeah, 6. I give it a 7.
Anthony didn't give it a 2.
I was gonna give it a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 6 too.
I was about to laugh so hard if you're about to be like, I was gonna give it a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 9. Like what? That discrepancy, dog. That'd be so funny.
It's funny.
Be so funny. I think that's it for this week, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you check out links in our description if you're on YouTube or any podcast platform, whatever you're on. There will be a link in the description for our merch store. Or what's in the merch store right now, Edward?
Oh, everything you need to get ready for winter. We got some
Lovely.
hoodies, we got beanies, we got sweatpants, and Thanksgiving's coming up. So what are you going to need? Aprons. We even have aprons with our logo on them. What more do you got? Oh, and you're
Love the
trying to save
salesman pitch.
and you're trying to save the environment this holiday season? We got tote bags so you can take shopping that you don't have to use the plastic bags.
Buy some merch for your loved ones for Christmas too.
Perfect stocking stuffers. We got some super
Yeah,
high
exactly.
quality hats. Our shirts are super soft, softest hoodies in the game, as well as sweatpants. What more could you want?
They're the best in the nation.
We the best music. I don't know what to tell
Very
you
We the
guys.
best music, best in the country.
Need a Gucci bucket hat? We got those. Spilt Mountain
Need a
Dew on
regular
your mouse
bucket
pad?
hat?
We got those. Need something to drink your holiday eggnog out of? We got mugs.
And we've been keeping our prices relatively pretty solid too, so you'll get a good price on them.
I don't know about y'all, but $20 for the softest T-shirt you'll ever own seems pretty fair to me.
Exactly. But anyways, so check all that out. It'll be there. It's been there for, over a year, so we promote it all the time. It'll be there for a while, and make sure you follow us on all our socials: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all the shebang. Links in the description. And say hi to your mom for us. Bye.